Crewcast. 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 We're giving up for the Crewcast!
Is this on? Right, in today's podcast, I'm going to teach you how to speak in Indian.
Curry.
So you got to practice this at home, okay? You go first. Say curry.
What, in an English?
Just do what you do best.
What?
How you would do it. Go.
Curry.
Okay. What you had to do is learn to go, he. You go now.
He.
No, he. Then you go, curry. Oi. Daddy, what are you? It's the he. I learned that though.
That's
In the mirror.
right. We're on. Right. Sorted.
Honey, 1, 2.
1, 2 testings.
Okay, 1, 2, testing. See, you get curry. I can't stop speaking like this.
Curry. Why do they do that?
They have an E, huh? Because they don't speak like this. They breathe out when they speak. So, okay, tell me.
And who's this? Your mummy, dad?
No, whole of India.
just a blanket.
The aggressive alcoholic fathers of India speak like this. What am I? Tell me.
Tell me now.
Don't tell me again.
I cut you.
This will come on the mic. Awful Indian accent ever.
Yeah, this is so bad.
Okay.
Right, we're
It's
in.
why I'm Indian, so we can get away with it.
Just.
Being racist all the time.
Right, hang on. Are you off the camera?
I even
How
look-
are you always off?
I haven't moved.
Mate, in the last one, I'm like fully on with a little border around me, and you missing your right arm.
It doesn't matter.
It drives me crackers.
If you just move the camera a tad back, or you just turn it a little bit to the left.
Or you just sit at a very slight angle rather than crotch forward.
No, because bro, I'm too close to you.
Yeah, but you're making it weird.
This is weird.
Why are you like this?
Why am I
your
so
knees
close?
are all the way over here. Why are you so knee? Like just.
I can't, bro.
There you go. Look at that.
Backache sitting like this.
Yeah, that's it, isn't
It's
it?
like drinking tea. Hello. Hello with your tea.
No, I was tasting like curry.
I always prefer to. No,
Yeah,
this is
we will
fine,
have
isn't
to
it?
get a better setup anyway. Once the house is full of boxes, which it still is after 3 weeks. It's driving me crackers. But downstairs is clear, minus all the kids' stuff. Oh, also, tell me you're a parent without telling me you're a parent. I've got hummus on my shoulder.
Oh, if you mean this.
Yeah. Oh, you got Spider-Man.
It's like he's been through flipping radiation. Look at his ass. He's got 3 fingers.
That's like those old ass bodybuilders who are just smashing growth. Atrophy everywhere else. Just got massive hands
Biggest
and
forearms ever.
Right, Spidey, you can go down there. What were we going to talk about? We had a really good thing before we started going
Doing part 2 of
being
Uganda.
racist and talking about curry again.
Go. Tell me.
What was the thing that was going on in the news?
The riots.
Nah, not the riots.
And
That's
the
just
trans-
morons.
It's the penis and the testicles and the vagina woman.
Oh yeah, the boxing thing. Yeah. It's wrong.
I don't think it is now.
You know that so there's a red and a blue. Red car and a blue car had a race. Which gender was not the best? So blue boxer looks a bit, I don't know, Vietnamese, Chinese, is it? Something like that. Don't know what country they're from. But that way. Red boxer is the one who was assigned a gender at birth. But the blue boxer, who smashed the living granny out of her competitor, XY chromosome, genetically tested. Dude. Yeah?
No.
The red
Go on.
boxer, born with vagine, but had internal testes. So born, female, given as female at birth, raised as a female, but had internal testes. So technically had the testosterone of a male growing up. Now the blue one for me is wrong. Just male. XY chromosome, male. But the red one, which is the one who she throws that straight right and the other boxer just goes, nah, I'm out. Whereas the blue one fought an opponent from Russia who just like gunned it out and just got battered. But I think that's the struggle. The blue one, that's the dude. That's XY chromosome. You're out, gone, see you later. Go fight other. Here's the thing, right?
I'm going to debate that, but go on.
Why don't they just fight other transgenders? I would watch the shit out of that. Transgender versus transgender boxing. Don't test them for anything. Just let them go.
Like a little transgender woman comes on. Hi guys, my name is Carol. I've come here to fight tonight in the ring.
Let's fucking go, motherfuckers! Oh yeah!
Rips t-shirt off. Damn.
So yeah, there is this debate. The red. So we should have really learned the names, but hey, whatever. Red boxer. She was born as a female but had internal testes, raised as a female. I think that one is kind of, where do you draw the boundary line? I think it's still, if you're not clear-cut male or female, I think that's the boundary line. And it's just unfortunate. It's just tough titties. Like, life isn't fair. Whereas the other one, the blue boxer, that's XY chromosome, you're male. You've grown up male, your bone density is more, you, even the way in, like, our structure. So the way, because men have narrower hips, you know, that reduces our risk of knee injury and things like that from impact because of the angle of a woman's legs compared to ours due to the wider hip. Creates a greater angle around the knee. It makes the knee easier to buckle and create injury. So if you're thinking about the safety of other people, never mind the fact that you're getting punched in the face, even in like football or something, a tackle, female on female is different to a male on a female. It's just different. And bone density is the big one that comes in with the boxing. So so we know XY, that's a guy, you're a dude, you're cheating, get out. The other girl who born with a vagine but had internal testes.
With this hole.
So
space.
Looks, anatomically from the outside a female, but with the testes producing testosterone like they would have done, that would mean she's probably got a higher bone density and more muscle mass as a result of that, which isn't really fair. So when you're talking about a combat sport where you're getting punched in the face, where bone density and ability to create power is life-threatening, you got to be serious about it. And I think no.
Okay, that's your case, yeah.
Yeah, it's not snooker.
All right. Okay. When we get to the top level of every sport, it comes down to genetics at some point. That extra inch counts. In PG-13 terms, every inch counts, okay?
Yeah.
So, like I said earlier, we sort of debated this a little bit within 5 minutes, but saved it for the podcast. Michael Phelps, okay, has that condition with lactic acid, so therefore he can perform a little bit better, and that extra performance enhancement, take that out, that extra
Genetic ability.
Enhancement he has,
Or abnormality.
has allowed him to, win. So, this woman...
Which no, because one is a man and one is a female at birth.
The cisgender, the cisgender. Okay.
The what?
Is it it's called a cisgender?
I don't give a shit. I refuse to even
so
learn
the cisgender.
that.
So end of the day, okay, it's genetics that's got her the win as well, which is normally what happens at the top level. Like look at Usain Bolt. Okay.
But he's a man.
Yeah. But
Against another man.
Yes, but when it comes to that extra, that extra leverage of winning, he has the length, the height. Okay, you see what I mean? And you got a guy who's 5'9" racing a guy against a guy who is.
But then don't do that sport. You're 5'9", got to do
No,
something.
the majority of them are short because they're short runners. So when they do explosive movements, they're going to be short.
Yeah, he's an outlier, but that's what the Olympics is about. Outliers. It's not about pure genetic advantage. Because if you took this same person with the genetic with being the internal testes and you transplant that into every other any one of the similar, bring someone else in who's done it, who hasn't even learnt boxing, they're going to cause more damage to the female they're fighting.
What about
even if they're not a trained boxer?
Well, I guess where you're coming from when it comes to combat, like
it's
physically
huge.
on
You're talking about someone.
Yeah, so
life.
if it comes to like a sport that involves, there's no physical damage being done to someone else because of X, Y, and Z. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and when it comes to actual sport, when it comes to genetics, and let's for example like a powerlifter, if he's going to bench, he's got some little turkey dinosaur arms. He's going to be have a natural bigger bench than someone who has long ass arms because his range of motion is less. He can produce more power because he's closer to centre of mass. But like I said, if it comes to impact, that makes sense. So let's say
even in that one where you're talking about the lifting, that if one's good at bench, they're usually bad at squat or something like that. So there's like the round robin effect on there. You're great at one, you're not so great at the other. So that's kind of levels the playing field. When this elevates you above all the rest of the field.
I think what would be good to do is to do
They should use genetic testing. On all competitors.
They should just both just. So she hasn't got a dick.
Well, I don't know about Blue Boxer, but Red Boxer was born as a female, but with internal testes, so both sets of reproductive organs, but not a hermaphrodite. So she would have had her vagine, and then would have been designated female at birth, raised as a female, but has had the added advantage of testosterone produced by testes, which no other woman has.
So I don't know this. So women, so men's testosterone peak before becoming classed as enhanced is 29 point something, yeah?
We're just higher in general
Yeah,
by a considerable amount.
Then what's the number threshold difference between women and men?
Don't know off my top of my head.
So
We can
let's
Google
say
it. I'd say it's probably about 10.
Yeah, a woman's
plus.
threshold of testosterone level before she becomes enhanced is a certain number. Yes, that makes sense. So then if someone is above that and classed as a cis, then you're classed as enhanced in the woman category. When it comes to a man, you're probably classed as normal range. I don't know the actual numbers though, so Lex is going to get the figures up now.
So yeah, average women's testosterone is, go back, 15.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense now.
Whereas like men's average is like 25.
Is it?
Something like that, yeah.
That's the average or the peak?
Hang on, let's have a look.
15.
Hang on, it depends what measurements they're doing it in. Let's get a generic one. Normal testosterone and estrogen. 15 to 70 nanograms per deciliter. Well, ours are nanomoles. Oh, holy shit. There we go. Oh, God, is that right? That can't be right. If that's right, that's crazy. It's saying here that it's 0.5 to 2.4 nanomoles per litre.
What does that mean?
Like the amount of testosterone in nanomoles per litre of blood. A man is average somewhere between 15 and 30.
Oh.
So you're talking 10 times.
Yes. Okay.
The difference.
Yeah. So if let's say we did a check on the levels.
Yeah,
let's say we did the test and we didn't class them as woman or man. We just had categories. We did the blood tests on the woman and said, okay, cool. From her statistics, we'll class her. We're looking at her readings. She's a woman. Okay. Let's put this person here. From the statistics, okay, testosterone is through the roof. We'd probably pitch that person to be more of a man. That makes a lot of sense.
No. You can't be more of a man. You are a man. Or you're not a man.
No, but
right?
if
you're female with high testosterone without testes, that's cool. That's just evolution. That's just you're from a freaking hunter tribe. You're a warrior priestess, God knows what. But either or, you're still a full female, XX chromosome, nothing other than genetic advantage through evolution because you've got a hot kick-ass freaking ancestry. Yeah. If you come from some like feeble, little bone-brittled, disease-ridden lineage, tough shit. Like the whole point is you're best of the best in the Olympics and things like that, aren't you? That's the point. Being the echelon of a sport, the top, you're an outlier. That's what you are.
Yeah, I think it's sad.
You're an outlier within a normal genetic makeup.
So when it comes to stats like that, so it's quite sad because if someone trains their whole life for a sport, competing in the range where people are similar, statistic ranges when it comes to testosterone and all that stuff, and then they get absolutely thrown. Yeah. They get absolutely battered by someone who is mediocre but is more man. It's like what Donald Trump said about, obviously, there's world records out there that haven't been broken for years. Guy enters the Olympics as a woman and absolutely destroys it. But he's a mediocre man within the actual sport of the male side of it.
It goes. Have you seen the cycling one?
No.
Basically 3 dudes on the podium, all within the last 5 or 10 years, competed in cycling as males. And then just decided, I'm going to call myself Janine. And then went and absolutely smashed all. It's just unfair. It's disgusting. Yeah. Women should be outraged. Women should be going around. Do you know what? These people should not only be stripped of their medals, the women who had to race or fight against them should get to peg them.
Maybe.
There should be an option.
How do we go
from because I just think
talking statistics to
because it's if you're gonna be a little bitch and go into a women's federation so you can win, then those women should be able to make you feel like a little bitch.
Hanging, but we still believe in pegging.
Yeah. So that's it. So if anybody would like to hire me as the what do you call it, the tribunal leader, count me in.
So are you sentenced today to pegging, but because your case was so severe, it is not just normal pegging from 5-inch average penis male, it is from dragon dildo. The worst of the worst punishment, and the worst thing is you will live after and have to live with that as a memory and a feeling inside of you. What the fuck are we talking about, bro? You will end up looking like little Spider-Man who has huge feet and massive forearms.
I just had to adjust the lighting because it was going a bit pitchy dark. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, I don't agree. I think it's clear cut. I think it's really easy.
Did you see the thing on? There's a meme. Yeah, it's not a meme. It's actually true. It was like Team America who beat China in, I think it's table tennis. Yeah, and Team America like this, and they're all Chinese. Or Japanese, just like, what?
See, look, you could argue that you're not a real American because you're Chinese. It gets silly. Anyway, that's my stance on it. Male and female, you are what you are. Don't you cross. And the problem is like you said, oh, you know, she's trained all her life to get there, and now she's getting this and that. You got to take the emotion out of it. It's raw data, black and white. This is how it has to be done, and everyone's running it on an emotional level. Oh, it's so unfair. Who gives a shit? Who gives it? It's tough shit. Should have been told at birth, you know, you've got internal testes, you know that. Pick a different thing to do. Like, it's just tough.
Not on his side, on her side.
Yeah.
She trained her whole life for this.
Yeah, but she knew.
Huh?
She knew she had internal testes. It's
no. The person
who got
lost.
beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's even worse.
You trained your whole life to step on stage. Like, natural bodybuilder wants to go on stage, train so fucking hard. Guy comes on, jacked to the tits, you're like, what the hell? And then you lose. And that's like Matt, when he lost his place because some guy who actually competed in the comp was on gear. And it's not fair on these people who are natural trying their hardest.
Is it natty comp?
Yeah, but he was clearly on gear. And it's not fair on these people.
So he entered a strongman comp.
Yeah.
Juice to the gills, that's a natty comp.
What?
So the strongman competition was natural?
Yeah.
They have natural strongman competitions?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
No, it's good because this is how it should be. And this is everyone that's listening out there.
I mean, no one's watching it because it's not half as cool as watching a dude lift a truck over his head. But...
No, people listening though, it pisses me off because there's people out there who are natural, trying their best to produce the like what the body can do, and then you get someone who's enhanced who joins in that competition. Mate, if you're going to be in the competition, go to your side. Like, if you got a dick, go on your side of the fucking competition because we're all women over here. Do you know what I mean? It pisses me off. Like, just because you were left out as a kid, you lost every sport, now you want to go be a woman. Yeah, now the evil mix is coming out now. Fuck it. Now, fuck off. Yeah. Go in your own fucking side, the category. If you're wearing a blue t-shirt, go with the blue people.
You're crossing over to my side of the argument. You see?
It's just annoying.
Exactly it.
It just pisses me off.
It's as simple as fuck off tough shit.
People are so exhausting, man.
Fuck off tough shit. Too tough. Tough. Life is tough. No one. The world keeps spinning. Go away. Go away. Everybody thinks that they deserve. Oh, I'm special. Like, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not a special needs. You're nothing like that. It is what it is. If you're not good at it or you can't, you're not applicable. Tough.
See, I've got a little quote. It pisses me off. I was thinking about it the other day. So basically, the reason why the world is how it is because there's so many fucking snowflakes out there who want to identify as a lampshade but get offended for being a lampshade. So now everyone's too pussyfoot around to actually say anything because everyone gets offended. The reason you get offended is because it's an internal issue. It's a trigger within inside of you. It's not the person saying what it is. If someone speaks their truth and says something that they think is right and you get offended by it, that's your own fucking issue. They shouldn't have to apologise for your needs or meet your emotional needs. You need to go meet that in a therapy session because there's a reason why you're getting triggered by someone calling you a lampshade. Okay? It pisses me off. This is what the world is how it is, though.
It's quite profound.
No, but it's because we're living in a world that everyone's tiptoeing around on eggshells because everyone's scared to say anything. If you're in a sport and there's a man in there, stand up and fucking say something and stop being a pussy about, but the people that... Fuck the people, okay? Fuck the people that have a go at you and fuck the people that want to say, yes, but he could... Fuck off.
Yeah, because they're a small minority as well. The people are behind you in the right.
Oh, it does my head in. It's like... If you're offended because you're trying to flex, let's say I want to identify as a woman, yeah, and I go and do that, all right? That's fine. Let me do what I want to do, and we should all respect that. But if someone starts then trying to say something to me because they thought I was a man, clearly it's got a fucking tash still, yeah,
yeah,
and I get offended, that's my own issue. It's not their problem. That's just their honest mistake. So don't go all aggressive on them. That's your own internal issue. If you sit there and take everyone's judgment and allow it is what it is because that's their own limitations and you carry on still being who you are, I will respect that because you're not letting the external world affect who you are. If you get triggered easily, that's your own fault. If you have blue hair and you wear glasses, do what you want. If you have blue hair and wear red glasses and get offended by everyone, that's your own fault. Internal work. Go see a therapist.
You're fucking right.
That's my release, so I'm better now.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It pisses me off.
No, you're right on every level. It's true. Everyone is pushing their own emotional agendas onto other people and expecting them to do the work for them.
Yeah.
Tough tits. We're not changing the entire world just because you are too lazy.
But that's what we've done, though. Because we've got...
Well, no, we haven't. And actually... they haven't actually, all they're doing this for is clicks. If social media didn't exist, this wouldn't be going on. News outlets are doing it simply because they get views and money, because nobody's buying papers anymore. People are just watching stuff online. So what gets the clicks? It's this clickbait, but they want people arguing about this because it gets them revenue.
Good. So can we talk about vegans?
Not actually support. If everyone just said no and didn't give it any time of day, it would disappear. Just like the Black Lives Matter thing screwed up. That was a real agenda that had real issues that needed real world implementation to help fix. But what happened was they allowed the morons to run the charge. The morons pissed everyone off because morons are annoying, and it wasn't the fact that people didn't agree with some of what was said about the Black Lives Matter thing. It was the fucking way they went about it pissed everyone off, and everyone went, fine, fuck off, we're done with you. And have you heard a dot about that?
Yeah,
nothing.
It's energy, and people make everything commercialized. It's sort of like same thing with the vegan stuff. Like I get, like, because I've gone vegetarian, eat a little bit of fish every now and then, but like I'm doing it more for me. Do you know what I mean? I'm not doing it for fucking. Some guy came up to me the other day and was like, I asked him what he does as a job. He goes, I'm trying to be a full-time activist. Why are you making your diet commercialized? And then obviously I went on his YouTube and his Instagram, and do you know what it was?
Aggressive.
Him being aggressive with people, saying yes, because the guy was literally there he's trying to understand why people eat meat, yeah? So then he asked them a question, but he wasn't there to educate them or inspire them.
He wasn't there to listen either, was he?
What he's doing is a camera right in front of me. I'm going to create some emotion in what I'm going to say. I'm going to cut out everything he's just said that's actually probably quite valid, of why he eats meat and why But he actually said to the woman, he respects her. Or to the guy, he respects what you're doing because I understand you're trying to save the animals. But she was going, I don't think you do respect me though, because you're eating all these animals, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, he's actually trying to side with you, and all you're trying to do is create aggression and emotion in what you're doing. It pisses people off. Like, and then all they're going to do now is go, you know what? I was thinking about converting to not eating meat, but you fucking annoy me now.
I don't want to be associated with twats like you.
It just annoys me because people, and then what they do, they slap it on Instagram, create a little sound bite, take out all the actual good stuff and put in your aggressive emotion stuff.
Put in their agenda, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like, when we go out, I like meat. If you're not eating meat that time when we're going out because it's like not your day for fish or whatever, you don't look at me like, oh, why are you eating that? You let me order my food and you ask me if it tastes good.
Yeah, we got to stop.
And I forget
energy.
that you are veggie.
Do you know why?
Because you don't tell me every day.
Yeah, it's not on my identity.
Yeah, it's not who you are.
But like, I forget I'm a veggie. I'm like, damn, well, I'm eating this burger. Nah, like for me, it's a case study in one. You be your own case study. You read a book and it says eat plant-based diet because blah 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 blah. Read it, take it in, technically digest it. What you just said, no pun. But then apply it and see how you get on with that. I'm trying to make this switch, but make it for my lifestyle. Like I said, you get 40 kilo little Janet who was in a room saying, oh, guys, eat plant-based. I can do it, so you can do it. Yes, but Janet, you're 40 kilos and you sit on your ass all day and do fuck all.
Nothing, yeah.
I burn 2,500 calories a day. Okay, I train quite a lot. I'm on my feet all day. I am trying to make it work for me, and then once I actually create a lifestyle that actually works for me, I can then promote it. Don't read the book and then promote the book. Promote your own case study. That's what I say. You go and step on stage. Okay, you can promote that experience now to people who want to step on stage.
Yeah.
So that's why I like people who come from experiences. But yeah, there's people who ram the shit down their throat, but it doesn't work.
But there's also some people who are so blind to their own agenda that they don't actually see what is actually affecting what they want to change. So like, same with the idiots who are like, stop oil now. You're spraying paintings and random buildings and stopping traffic. How is that doing anything but pissing everyone off and making them not hear your agenda?
Yeah.
And two, what's your solution? Stop oil now. All right. And what else are you going to do? What's going to power everything? Electric batteries. What do you think we make electric batteries with? Oil-fueled commercial equipment.
I don't know, actually. So
yeah.
I don't know.
And mining lithium and all the other shit that we need to make batteries. How do we do that? With electric diggers? No. Oh, it's fossil fueled vehicles again. They're such morons. They're so blind to this one line of stop oil. I just want to stop the oil. They're not looking at the real world effect of it or how it's actually going to be able to take effect, which it fucking isn't, because electricity is not the way forward. We couldn't even mine enough batteries to supply the world with enough lithium to do it. So it's a daft thing. It's a redundant commercial. Another commercial agenda by the government to help split and create division. Da da da. They just play the same playbook over and over again with different items. They just pick a different piece to move.
I think it is well. People understand when we enter summer. Yeah, do we wake up and it's 20 degrees? No, we have to slowly shift into summer. So when we're making a change in life, like you said, we can't just stop oil. We have to create a shift of how we're going to be a little bit more proactive in what we're using for our resources.
Yeah.
But I think the only downside is we knew this years and years and years ago, but went into it blind and gone, oh, you know what? We know this is bad for the environment, but fuck it, we'll deal with it when it's a problem. But now we're at the stage where I was like, we need to stop. Yeah, but if we actually thought 50 years ago, like, you know what? We can create a slow shift to use this as a resource to actually create a better resource. But we didn't do that.
No.
Like, typical of everything we do, we always go, oh, the house is on fire, but it's only a little bit of a flame. We'll deal with it when the whole house is on fire. Then
Yeah.
we'll just get water.
Yeah.
But we got fucking
That would have worked when that one little flame was peaking.
Yes.
Now the place is ablaze. We need something a bit better than water.
We always do that though. It's
Yeah.
typical. It's like we allowed the country to be absolute fucking chaotic for us to go, I think we need to change it now. Yeah, we should have fucking changed it 10 years ago, but no, everyone was just like this.
It is like we're living in a broken matrix. It's like you put the wrong cheat code in and made the game harder.
God was like, my bloody children.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
Do you reckon God's Indian?
One more crack at the vegan community, but it's not all of you. Like same thing. Appreciate the fact.
I'll share something after this.
You want to cut meat out of things? I've actually done it. We cut down on red meat after seeing how it was farmed, and we reduced our red meat intake to like once or twice a week instead of we know it had red meat in all the time. So there are small changes that you can make, which would reduce. If everybody made small changes across the board, it'd make a huge change in consumption.
Yes,
huge, which would have a bigger effect than trying to just shout at everyone, turn vegan, which is not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just not reality. It's not going to fucking happen. I like meat. You're not going to change my mind on that.
So,
and also, most vegetarians and vegans are normal people who just go about their lives. That small sect that shout at people and are offended at the sight of meat or the thought of meat and all that lot, they also think that animals wander around the jungles and forests and green lands of the world just hugging and kissing and licking each other. No, they don't. They murder and mutilate each other. They will literally eat the baby out of the guts of a mother they've just killed. Right? It is not a hiddly piddly cuddly lovely world out there. Nature's fucking ruthless. And yes, we could be much more humane in the way we go about things. We shouldn't be farming as much as we do. There's a lot of wasteful meat and things. But when you're talking about hunting, which I think if I could hunt my own meat, I would. But we don't live in a country where that's possible. But you're talking about people who, these same people are usually against hunting and all these things without knowing about the infrastructure of the nature reserves. Nature reserves are primarily funded by hunters because they pay large amounts of money to hunt an animal which needs killing, by the way, most of the time. So like it'll be an older generation animal which is now a threat to the younger generation coming through. So they've done their breeding. They're now a threat to the younger males who are all coming up. And obviously they want the younger males to be able to mate and breed and help sustain the populations. So the older males often need taken out. As a result, because they will have either already killed a couple of young males or something like that. They'll already be causing a problem. They're not just picked on because they're old. All right. So somebody will pay $20,000 to kill a giraffe or a lion or whatever. And people got ape shit because that's all they see, right? But what they've done by taking out that one animal is preserve the life of 20 other males that can now breed and help sustain the population. That on the money that the hunter paid to take that animal out as well, which would have had to have been killed either way. They would have either killed it for free, as in the reservoir would have done it themselves, or they can charge someone to come and do it, to have the joy of their joy, which is the hunt and the kill. But then that money that they pay, guess where it goes? Back into the nature reserve.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen,
my point is, there's always a backstory to things. Don't just look at the one picture and then go raging along. No, there are assholes poaching and killing and murdering animals. They should all be fucking have their fingers cut off. But also, you need to look at why are they doing that. Are they from an area where they are starving and have no jobs, have no work? And if they kill like one lion and sell it, that'll feed their whole family for a year. I'm killing that fucking lion if that's me. So I'm killing that lion with a stick. You know what I mean? I'm not going to leave my family in poverty. So what do we do to help that? We help give them a sustainable lifestyle like we did out in Uganda to help them not have to go and poach and kill and do all these things.
Yeah, so basically, I disagree with 80% of what you just said, but
You disagree?
yes.
How can you?
No, wait, but that's okay. I don't need to be an activist and flex my opinion, and that's how we can do it. Okay, because me and Lex have different opinions on a few things, but some things I agree with and some things I don't.
Go on, what did you disagree
We
with?
don't have to agree, huh?
What did you disagree with?
So let me just go over what I agree with. Okay.
Disagree with or agree with?
Well, I'm just gonna explain. Well, I'm explain my points. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Seven in.
are you ready?
I'm ready.
You chat shit. Get off the podcast. Nah. So like, all right. So for example, like you said about meat, yes, if we cut back. So for example, I don't eat meat anymore. Okay, I have a little bit of fish every now and then. So that means now the demand it's not so high. Okay, so we ain't got to supply so much. So that means yes, we can cut back on a lot of things. The majority of people start to cut back on how much meat consumption we have and fish. We don't have to do this aggressive farming, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then basically, obviously, there's more land, there's less fucking, like, there's less slaughterhouses going on. Like, what I agree with is basically, like, people are so completely anti-animal products, okay? I believe in give and take, yeah? So you have a chicken, all right? And then basically you raise this chicken and the chicken lays you eggs and you know what, you can have a few of the eggs, okay? But in return for that chicken doing that, you look after the chicken. And if the chicken does die, okay, cool, in return, you raised it nicely, eat it, okay? Use it as a purpose. Yeah. It's called a circle of life. The only issue is when we go so inhumane, and what we're doing now is obviously, if you look at how things are farmed, it is inhumane, a lot of it. And another point I agree with why you've cut back is because what's in it, we don't know what the fuck's in it. People will eat an apple that's in a package that's been delivered from Spain because it's in a package. They think it's cleaner. But you don't know how that's been. But they won't eat an apple that's on display that's exposed to everything. You know, the ones that are outside.
Yeah.
Fruit. They won't eat that. But
from a local source.
It's local, yeah. So, but
it might have some brown spots on it because it's farmed naturally.
And I agree because what you're doing now, you're doing a slow shift into actually being more awake, but more aware of actually, you know what, the health benefits. You know, I want to cut back on a few things because we are taking it for granted. I don't believe, obviously, hunting and stuff like that, but that's okay because that's your opinion, okay? I can't force my opinion on you.
But you know, when they hunt, they're only allowed to kill certain animals of a certain age. They're not allowed to kill any female. They're only allowed to kill males over a certain age that are a threat to the male population coming through.
Yeah,
so you can't just go out shooting anything you want. A lot of times hunters will go out for 3 days and kill nothing and pass 20 animals.
I do believe all life is precious. That's why I still say spiders out the bathtub now. I used to just like fucking diamond about it. Now I'm a bit like, oh, you know what? Yes, but like, I think if people just become more consciously aware of what they're doing, then it's fine. Like, for example, like you said, if people are hunting, okay. I don't agree if it's absolutely fine for you to hunt.
That would be fine if we hadn't boxed animals into certain areas and fucked up their food sources and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So as a result, we've boxed animals into smaller zones, which makes the predators more aggressive because there's possibly less food sources around for them. So we have to maintain our populations as a result of what we've done. So unless we're willing to give back the land to nature, knock down our cities, which we're never going to do, that we also now have to deal with population control of the animals.
Yeah. So it's what I mean. So
how are you getting around that without hunting?
So let me explain this to you. I get what you're saying.
No, but you can.
No, but let me explain. Let me speak.
Go on.
I understand where you're coming from, and I think it's good because you're becoming more aware. Do you know, it's the whole point that you want someone to change. They have to become consciously aware of what they're doing. And what you're doing now is you are doing what a lot of people want you to do, is to become aware. And like, for example, you cut back on certain meats. When you said about hunting, you're being consciously aware of what you're hunting.
Yeah.
You're not going out, right, let's go hunt, and you go shoot down a fucking elephant. Bro, that's an endangered species that you just literally fucked up the whole shit system. I don't believe in hunting, but that's okay. But if you still do it, what I'd be more happy with is you're consciously aware of what you're doing.
So what would be your solution to not hunting?
To not hunt.
But then you would have the older males killing the younger males and damaging their population.
Allow nature to do what it needs to do, okay?
But we can't because we've affected nature by it encroaching onto their land and taking away their home.
It's fine. You got to just let it be.
They'll die out. Like the wolves will be gone if we left it like that.
Let it, because it'll always come back full. It will always work itself out.
It won't. Not when they're extinct.
Listen, we humans try to control everything and we can't because nature always wins. What we always try to do is we try to live above nature, not with it, and still try and control it.
Yeah.
If we learn to live with nature, like the Ugandans have, but applying what we know, like, you know, we can have sanitized areas, clean water, we can have better ways of cooking and cleaning and all this stuff, but apply it with nature, it can work. But we can't just go, right, we're going to live like this. We have to do a slow shift. Like, But you said,
So you would be letting a species of animals die out in certain areas.
I'm not letting them. I'm letting nature do what it needs to do.
But we're the reason that's happening because we've encroached on the land. You see what I'm saying?
So we got to deal with that.
And the way we deal with it is by managing population.
No, we're trying to control it again.
No, that's the only way of dealing with it is either give them more land and space, which we can't because we built on it.
We can.
But we'd have to knock everything down.
No, we have to stop eating meat. And we have to stop.
No. Stopping eating meat doesn't stop the hunting. The hunting has to go on for population control.
If you want more land, yeah, what takes up majority of land? Farming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we cut back. We done something, yeah. So what you're saying is we fucked something up, and now we're going to make other things punished for that. We need to be punished, realistically, for that. So because we've done all this, how about we take something out of our own
Well, that would
back?
be the solution. Would be to but in the short term, we'd still have to hunt because we'd have to regrow their forests and their land from where they live, which would take decades at this point that we've chopped down.
I think.
But you could definitely put back.
We'll agree to disagree, but we're good to leave a comment with people who do hunt and how educated to educate us.
There's no agree disagree on it. You're right. If we could give back land, it would work. I'm saying the big boys at the top will never let that happen.
Yeah, the thing, our issue is we fuck up, so then other things have to suffer. Like you said, we fucked up that.
Well,
food
you know
chain,
what the solution is.
So we
to
now
this,
have
don't
to,
you?
what?
Less humans.
Well,
So now you're becoming Hitler.
huh?
Now the Tash doesn't
And
look so
that,
cute.
my friend, is called a narcissist. How he always turns it on me, and now somehow me wanting to save animals is
Vegan
now
Hitler.
I'm a Hitler.
Vegan Hitler.
I got called Greta.
That's the title of this podcast. Vegan Hitler.
And I got attacked. What does the modern day Hitler like? I just want to save the animals, but everyone thinks what I was going to say. But I got called Greta the other day because
why?
The thing is, my personal approach. Okay.
Oh, when you put up the picture about the garbage.
The change. We can't be aggressive. We can't shout at people. We just have to inspire them. How do we inspire? By doing and being. Because one day someone might go to you. What are you doing that's different? You seem different. Oh, I've just started doing this in my life. And then because they've asked you, you can inspire them by doing. Like Forrest Gump, he just ran. So everyone started following him. Yeah. Then someone goes, "Why are you running?"
Yeah.
I don't know. What did he say? He goes, "I'm just running." Yeah. And he just stopped.
It's simple, isn't it?
But he's just inspiring people doing, and we don't do that now. We try to throw shit down people's necks. But like for me personally, if you want people to change yourself. Don't just ram it down people's throats. Just lead by example. If someone has a go and kicks off at you, don't get aggressive. Don't fucking riot.
Oh
Yeah. How about we show people how actually people should live? We should invite everyone in and not just the country, like I'm saying, invite everyone, whoever's curious to opening up and growing as a person, show them how we do it, invite them in and say, listen, this is how we do it. If you don't want to be here, that's fine, you can go, you're not ready yet. But what we do, we just fight fire with fire. Right now, we're fighting fire with fire, which creates more fire. It's just fucking silly.
Guess what they want?
Go on.
This. Segregation. They want chaos. They want turmoil.
Yeah.
That's what helps governments get through what they want to get through while you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
It's like it's not even clever. It's in your face, and people are falling for it left, right, and centre. Like we've got a Labour government that's just come in and said they're not going to raise taxes, and then the moment they're in, within 3 weeks, they're like, "Oh, there's a £20 billion black hole we didn't know about." Really? Oh, but it's not our fault. It was the Tories that did it. Well, that's funny because when the Tories came in, there was another massive deficit that you caused because you'd put a load of people into, I think they'd hired a load of people unsustainably into the workforce so that when the Tories came in, there was loads of redundancies being made because they couldn't be sustained. So they just bat it back and forth and nobody actually ever resolves the fucking problem. They just run their time out, get paid and leave.
Yeah.
And that's what people forget is the agenda of these politicians, everything is money in their pockets.
Yeah. It's the thing is we always leading through fear. But no one's inspiring anyone. Are you inspired by a government? Oh, we fuck. Like, we're going to do this. You just rinse and repeat every single fucking part that's been in there. It's exhausting.
Well, what we should do is start being able to legally charge them for. Well, it's not slander, is it? What's it when you just lie? I don't know what is it? A false advertisement or something along those lines? Like if you say something in your manifesto, like I can say I'm going to run for the government, and I'm going to make your car fly. I'm going to give you a bar of gold, and every time that you run a mile, I'm going to buy you a car, and then I'll get in power, and then I can't do any of that. Here's a mawam, right? That's literally what they're doing on a smaller scale. But they come in and they literally say we're not going to do this and this, and within weeks they're doing it. So why can't they be Why is that allowed? How are you just allowed to lie, get into power, and then go back completely on everything that you've said?
Yeah. Because they're just meeting people's flipping needs.
But they should be able to be replaced. They should be able to be replaced, usurped, whatever the heck. They shouldn't be able to just sit in power for the next 4 or 5 years, unanswered, like just not answering these questions as to what. So I don't get, how is this a system that works?
Well, the Tories went and truly fucked it up over the past 15, 20 years.
Well, you see, I think that
all they did was what? Walk away with a bit of money in their pocket.
What did the left do? They've all done it equally. You get the left in, and they just try and like dick punch the wealthy, and what you're going to find, entrepreneurs. The left hate entrepreneurs because you're not in the system and you're not helping the little man because you fucking bust your ass to get up and out.
Yeah.
So you're gonna your view on this as you grow as an entrepreneur is going to change. Like, I'm by no means a Tory. I'm not Labour either. I'm just want someone who's down the goddamn middle. I just look at the basis of what happens when the Labour come in. They're so much about giving everybody something, giving the nothing, giving something to nothing, and not helping all of the people out there supporting everything. Whereas the Tories are a little bit like, forget those who are in need and help the rich, which again is another wrong side of the scale. Just go down the fucking middle.
But going back to what you say there about the prison thing, it's like, realistically, you want to own this country and you just fuck it up on purpose, there should be prison sentences involved, because do you think they're going to put their years of life on the line for that?
Bollocks,
but imagine that. Okay, cool, you can be elected, but this is a very, very, very responsible job, and we find out anything that you've done, there should be an audit. If we find out anything that you've done that, that's fucking, we crossed the fucking line here, like Boris should have had prison sentence for that.
If you run a major business and you lie about your figures and you lie about your safety protocols, you end up in court.
Yeah.
Why aren't they?
Yes. And then what do you have to do when you go in court in America? I swear on the oath, okay? yeah. But these fuckers, like you said, have just lied to the public. Then they go and fuck around, and then they just fuck off with money in their pocket.
Well, they all get great jobs afterwards, lobbying for big businesses. Hundreds of thousands a year they get paid to go lobbying for businesses and do talks.
It's crazy. I don't really watch it all. I hear it from people, and then I do a little bit of research, and I don't really get involved in that crap. And like even the writing, like, people need to wake up. And the thing, you're making it a race thing. It's not. It's an individual thing. Okay, it just pisses me off because we make it all about race. The whole reason we have racism is because you give it so much energy. Like, for example, the BLM. Okay, like you said, you don't hear about it anymore.
Gone because morons took it over, and that the women who ran that. That they made 30 million from it?
Did they?
Yeah, just how much of that 30 million made it to the actual charity?
Go on.
I think it was... I don't want to fuck this up. It was definitely under 2 million. I'm pretty sure it was about 250,000 pounds actually made it through from 30 million. Or it was 2 million. One of the two. It was a very small amount. Where did the other 28 million go? Right?
So what did they set up?
It was people donated, didn't they, to BLM? But the BLM, Black Lives Matter, was a business.
Yeah.
Hashtag BLM was a business hashtag.
Oh, okay.
Everything. So these women are, you've made them multimillionaires. And bugger all got through. And this is what I mean. So a genuine issue with black communities in America. Also, it was in America more than here. They tried to push it over here. We don't have the same.
Yeah,
in America,
it's not as bad, is it?
Nah,
I've never been to
not
America,
even
so
the same level. You're talking about like full. Societies in America who are underfunded, their kids don't have access to good schools, like they're broken homes throughout the entire community. It's common. Likewise, that's where the meme is. Like, tell me there's a meme, isn't there? Something like, show me you're a black man without showing me. And the guy opens the door and the kids go, Dad! Because it's a joke, but it's also a very serious fact that most of the black fathers in these low-income areas just fuck off. Like they don't stick around. Well, they weren't even there in the first place. They just these women get knocked up and then off they go. And it's a community problem. The black leaders came forward and said, yeah, listen, we need to resolve issues with our own black communities because that's where most of the root causes come from, rather because the focus was on police issues with them. And I'm sure a lot of the police issues are through frustration of having, like we have the same here with like Chavy Estates, where I know guys over here who are in the police force who, when they got a call for a certain address, were like, I am not going there, because it was just a waste of their time. It was always nonsense. It was always some kind of internal feud between families that would just happen on a weekly basis, and I'm pretty sure it's like that times 1,000 in these suburbs of where it is. But basically, was the government doesn't support these areas, doesn't help improve education, doesn't help improve the housing, there's no money going into these areas.
It's conditioning, and this is the thing is like. It's like the same thing with families. When you grow up in an abusive household and the son grows up to be abusive to his, and you got to break the social conditioning. And the thing is, I have no idea why the fuck we still have a race problem, because why are we so uneducated on certain things? We give it so much energy, but it's so fucking pointless. We are all literally humans. Like, we just relax. Like, if you listen to this shit and you are homophobic, racist, whatever, yeah, that's your own issue, okay? It's no one else's issue. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's literally, think about it, it's like Lex now has a red bandana on, okay? And everyone that has red bandanas, we're going to kill because they have a red bandana on. Because it represents red, which I dislike. And I've got a blue one on, and I was born over here, and you're like, so we're going to... Like, how silly does that sound? And that's how stupid we come across. And the thing is, people need to wake up, and the people that are racist, you can wake up too. You don't have to do this. It's just you're just being conditioned to live a certain way, okay? And you don't have to live like that. It's so ridiculous. I mean, trust me, if you're in a burning car, doesn't matter what colour skin pulls you out of it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's not a fucking dot. It's just silly. It's fucking skin colour. It's so it's bizarre. It's bizarre. Yeah. But what they do now is they associate a societal issue with a skin colour. That's the problem. But you could put anybody of any skin colour in those areas, and I'm pretty sure over time the same issues would occur with those people too, because they would just end up having to be that way to live in that community. It's like, you know, with this, people always have to give it a race or a label, so they're scared to say anything. But you know, when people come to the country and they've been coming on boats and that, and then they've been running into the countries as illegal immigrants. It's not about race. It's not about, obviously, us not accepting them in. It's the fact is, these are the facts. Where are they going to go? Because we are a very small country. So, for example, this is what they should say on fucking TV in the politics. Listen, we would let them in, but where are we going to go? And we want to let them in. Everyone has a spare room. Can you please let them into that room then? And we need to support them in that way. But we don't have that access. And I wouldn't. And everyone that says, would you let a stranger come and live in your home if you had a kid? I fucking won't. But like, it's trust. But the thing is like the root cause is their country. So we shouldn't have to, but to support their country. And you know, there shouldn't be till this day there should not be dictators running countries. There shouldn't be fucking narcissist people running countries. It's silly. We have to come together and sort that out, but we don't do that. We all go, this is us over here, that's you over there. And the reason why we don't let people in is because it's not racism, it's because there's no room. If you have a 5-bedroom house and you got 5 people living in there, you got 7 people living there, and 2 people sharing the room, and you know it's pretty congested. It's a bit of a stretch to let someone else in. So you say, unfortunately, mate, you can come in, but only short term because we can't really have you here long term. But we just go. But again, the issue is because it's now been this rigmarole of immigrants. We're going to being bounced left, right, and centre and all over the show. Because of the confusion, people with other agendas are taking advantage of the situation, who are murderous and evil. I mean, there are evil people making it across borders, people who are into human trafficking and murder and child porn and all sorts of disgusting, the worst things you can think of. Some of these people are involved in it. And that happens here. But the problem is when in this confusion, people aren't being checked like they are. And so we're letting in more problems than we're helping solve. And that's the issue. So we need to flip that scale. If we're solving more problems than we're creating, then we're on a win. But we're not. We're on the other end of the scale. But it's like the UK already has their own issues, okay? So you can't pour from an empty cup. We've got to sort our own stuff out as well before we go and try and invite more problems in. It's just like with business. If you've got so much issues, would you fucking spin another plate? Sometimes you've got to stop spinning in few plates. But you see how the government see this and just slide it in there to cause segregation and uproar so that they can just get on with their own agenda for the next 4 years without you really fighting against it. Because your real problem is there's a Chinese bloke living next door who wasn't before now, and my mum told me Chinese people are, that's what they're banking on, that lack of education. They're banking on that bigotry. And they use it. They don't want to fix it. They don't want to fix it. It's a tool. It's proper shit. Imagine everyone came together. Like, let's say even the war's going on. Everyone came together and said, "Listen, we need to sort this out." Like real leaders. But everyone goes, "Oh no, it's just like how the UK's water's too scared to do anything because of X, Y, and Z." What's the solution? Huh? What's the solution?
I don't think there is one, like a big one that
Get
we can
a
just
vegan
do.
Hitler.
I think the solution is invest in your own, like you said, invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself. Make sure that what you have control of, you are taking control to the best of your ability, that you're managing your own world so that your stresses are reduced, so that you can be the best that you can be for you, your family, your work, and all that kind of stuff. And don't get dragged into this nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, have an opinion on it, state the opinion, and then leave it at that.
Turn
Like,
off the TV.
hell yeah. Don't read papers and watch news stations, because that's all propaganda and nonsense. If you're interested in a subject, go and look at the data. Go and look at the data. See the real facts for yourself and make your own decisions. Don't live under the assumption the news tells you the truth, because, I mean, we've had a real basic one. We're not going to get into it, but the one about the copper kicking that guy in the head in the airport.
Yeah.
Right. But two things, right? When they first came out with that news report, one, they only showed the video of the copper kicking the guy in the head. They didn't show the minute before where the guy jumps two women from behind, closed fists, swinging to knock them out, broke one of their noses, orbital socket. Two women. He jumped on their back with intent to harm and did. That's why the police officer was pissed off. That's why when they got on the floor, he kicked him in the head. And in my opinion, fucking give him 2 kicks in the head. I want my police officers to give a shit that their teammates, especially women, have just been assaulted by another male, full closed-fisted punches with intent to harm, right? That our police need to be tougher, okay? Kicking him in the head was a silly thing to do, though, because now you've seen what's happened. They take that one shot and they run with it. But the news only showed that one shot. And it took them over 3 or 4 days to come out with the rest of the footage. So this police guy was absolutely just put out to hang, and it was deemed as racial. Doesn't matter what colour skin you are, right? The reason that the guy kicked off and was being detained, because he refused to be detained, was because he refused to be searched at an airport. If you don't want to be searched, don't go to a fucking airport. Because guess what? Black, blue, purple, doesn't matter what colour you are, you're getting searched. Because you're going to a fucking airport.
But you got search. You're going to claim the
Bro,
the colour?
bro touched me in my special place. You know what I mean? It's just what's going to happen. If you don't want to be searched, tough shit, you're not going through an airport. Not in England anyway. Tough. And in fact, the English airport's the politest way of getting searched. Try going through the fucking Uganda and Rwanda.
Go to Egypt.
Freaking, I had a guy with a gun pointed at me in Rwanda because I had a drone. Do you think I started swinging? Did I? Bollocks.
And the whole thing for the search is to provide safety as well for people.
So this guy now is pulling the race card. It's nothing to do with race. It's the fact you punched 2 women from behind in the face, broken a nose, orbital socket, and caused God knows what harm. And just go watch the videos for yourselves. It's disgusting. The guy needed a good hiding. I mean, in any other country, he'd have been shot. Never mind kicked in the head. He'd have been, in America, dead. Egypt, dead.
What I think, though, you know, when this was my head in is as well, like, because, like I said, don't watch TV, don't watch the news, because, like you said, it's all manipulating. But the people, this is what happens on TikTok and Instagram. People go live and use that news to get them clout and followings. Like, remember that unfortunate event where kids got stabbed?
What, recently in Southport?
Yeah.
Yes.
People were going live to talk about it, pretending they were like, and then I was like, you're using this sad incident to give yourself,
people.
Yeah, to give yourself, you know, a following. I'm like, wow.
You
like,
should be ashamed. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Sell your own content, create your own content. That's what a content creator is. Don't reuse something that's happened, that's tragedy, to get you clout. If it's for, like, you know, there's no one getting harmed, but I mean, that's a shit situation, and now you're using that to go live, and I think, fucking hell,
dude, we could go on for. It's so annoying right now. I think we're in a bit of a turbulent situation in the country. So we're going to have to conclude on something a little bit more positive. So the solution is
drive fast, eat ass, yo.
No, it's what you said before. It is to look inside, look internally, fix the things that are bothering you. Why are you so angry about something? It's something to do with the way that you feel about it, and there's a root cause to the way you feel that way. So find that issue, work it out, resolve it, be a happier person. Same thing in your own house, like if there's stresses and things, just sit down and talk about them, work them out. I've had to do that. Moving house and stuff, having kids, some of the stressful things you'll do. There's been points where I've wanted to just like rip my own ears off, right?
I was rip my own dick off.
Bro, yeah. Oh yeah, this will teach you.
I am now a cisgender.
I could go boxing though if I did that.
Keep the beard and the bandana. I'm a woman. I'm Lexine, motherfucker.
Lexine, bitches. So in conclusion, a positive message is
look internal, not external, at your problems.
Yeah, I like that. It's true. Don't get sucked up in the nonsense. Don't let them blind you.
Yeah.
Just make your own little world the best it can be. with the people around you, your family, your friends, yourself, and just focus on that. Forget about all the nonsense that's going on. It will flatten out. Listen, if there's morons leading a charge, it will inevitably fall on its own face. You know, the whole woke thing is starting to fall on its own face, which is great to see. People are getting annoyed. And if you are around people that annoy you, hey, guess what? You don't need to be around them. You can just shoo them out your life.
I read this book, finished it yesterday, great chapter about what we're talking about. When you walk into nature and you walk into a woodland, okay, you look in, you look up, you look around and take in all its beauty, okay? You don't judge it. You don't judge the size of the leaves, the way the branches go and the colour of the leaves. You just look at it and think this is beautiful, okay? Do that with people. When you go into a crowd of people, trying to judge them, just look at the beauty of all around you. You don't walk into it and go, oh my God, look at that leaf facing that way. You are so rude. Oh my God, look at me. And then, are you really that colour? You don't do that.
No.
Dumbass shit, man. You just take it all in without judgment. Do the same when you look into life and look at the beauty and the perception and look at everything a glass half full.
That's very true.
Coffee and
very true. Say good morning, say hello to people, don't dip your head, look people in the eye, smile, make the world a little bit of a better place. Like a stone in a pond, you throw the little pebble and those ripples spread and go wide. You can make that little ripple something negative and horrible that everyone passes on from each to the other, or you can make it a little positive ripple through your day. That is all you need to do, and eventually those ripples will turn into waves.
Yeah, and that small little pebble can be you.
Be the pebble.
Negative.
Be the pebble. Right, well done, sir.
The pebble up.
Yes, the pebble. That always makes you more wisdom as
Hello, my friend.
Be the pebble, and we shall see you in the next episode. Toodle pip.
Señors.